We have more Region 5 in the broadcast booth. History made at Western Michigan. Athletes decide when they are ready to compete, apparently. The mount everyone needed to see. You're welcome. Stick drill as an XCEL dismount. A hot mic moment we needed to have. I didn't know bars had so many transitions. And beam coaches, you might need the Denver head coach to show you how to manifest a good routine. Kim, as Denver's Reidenbach, does I hip bump you. Let's get a wrap on week 4.
Say my name, when no one is around you. Say Samantha Makasu, if you ain't learning names. Say my name, you acting kinda lazy. Ain't learning names, baby, you better say their names. What is up with this? Tell the truth, that's not a stick. Don't try and just change it now. Stay in the step and took a bounce. It's hard to believe that you are not watching someone else. Just this question, why do they not stick every time? Getting caught up in your games when you cannot say their names. Something's going down, that's the way it seems. It's podcast time, let's go get these streams.
And our opening wrap is brought to you by San Jose State and Utah State. We'll get there. Trust us. Welcome back to the College Salute Podcast, the only podcast with a gymnastics-inspired rap every week. The place you go for all you need to know about how our Region 5 alums are doing during their NCAA careers. And this season, of course, as you know, we are comfortably podcasting in comfort. And I hope my new Christmas present will be here soon because it is now February. Well, almost. That's in-house rapper Kim, and I'm the insider guy Jason, and we have a lot of elements to discuss. Yes, that's also from San Jose State, Utah State. A 3-day rule to remember in life from Michigan. Many, many, many water bottles and media at MSU. I like the split screen of athlete and coach at West Virginia, though you can read head coach Jason like a book. A TikTok from Big Gymnastics everyone needs to go watch. And this week is brought to you by She Sticks in the Bag, but a little stumble, and keeps it alive. But first, a free way to support our show is by leaving a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to the College Salute Podcast. Tell us what you love about the show or what you'd like to see improved. It helps people discover our podcast and join our Region 5 family. Help to continue to grow our podcast, which is the only regionally based podcast in the country. We continue to show our love for our Region 5 alums throughout their college careers. So please show us some love with a review and a 5-star rating. Well, Fab 5 is 6, so we're pretty close. I added the 6, so Kim's good. She did 5 this week. It was my fault. But we're going to start off with the awesome competition that is MSU UCLA. I have a lot of comments on this meet.
Oh my God, I have so many comments. But first, we always need to have an MSU meet at the Breslin. Let's just always do that. And even though we had some gnarly weather going on here in the great old Mitten State, they had like a historic record, breaking people there, like almost 10,000 people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like it was like 9,887 or something, right. But almost 10,000 people in the gnarly weather. But I mean, it is Michigan State, it is UCLA, like duh. But like, oh my God, we need to have meets there all the time. It just looks so much better. It's so much, I don't know. It's no offense to Jenison, but like,
it just looks more official.
It looks, it looks up to par with Michigan State.
I think Jess on Gymcastic call it a glorified high school stadium. The Breslin, not Breslin. The place they competed, Jenison. Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
But I mean, like, I'm sorry. I just love meets there, and it just fits them. And all they need to do is put a little podium, and we're set. Life is good.
Yeah, they could have done that podium.
They could have.
But no, but Michigan State did not do themselves justice when it comes to vault. This is, I feel, why they lost to UCLA, because it wasn't that far of a separation. I think it was like, 5/10, something like that. It wasn't that big a deal. And they struggled except for Katie Duplessis.
Dupe stuck out of that.
Yes, she did.
Her face was priceless.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. Besides her, I mean, even Sage, although Sage's vault's back, because we remember having struggle. She'd have front pike to her butt and just wasn't as big. It's back, but she did hop out of it. But yeah, I think that they did not do themselves justice, in the competition starting off on vault like they did, because they're such a strong vaulting team, and they lost a lot of points on that. And then, bars didn't necessarily go well as they would like to have either. So.
Yeah.
But it was fun to watch. I mentioned the water bottles. I don't know if you caught in the background, especially when Jordan was on floor and they did like two different spans of like the arena behind her, like, different views of her. You just see water bottles, not water bottles you buy in a store, like the actual Stanley's, those things. Yes. My brain could not go there. Thank you. That's what I mean. Those type of water bottles, not those, like plastic water bottles just around the arena, like sitting there against the wall on the thing, just water bottles. I was like, how many water bottles? I mean, people just take a drink, drop it, and leave it.
People get thirsty.
And then the media that was like hovered, like, yes, they turned and did UCLA on floor, but they were hovered at Michigan State on beam. I mean, I don't know if that's just because the area they had to be at was that small, but it was like a ton of people taking pictures and video. I think there was like 4 different people doing different video type things. That also happened at West Virginia. West Virginia and has like 18 different media people doing 18 different things, I think. They had people on regular cameras, on these cameras, phones turned this way. I was like, wow, that's a lot of media. But yeah, well, I'm just pointing it out. But no, there's a lot of good gymnastics here. But there's, like I said, a lot of missed opportunities for especially MSU that could have possibly won this meet. The one thing I do have to say, and I put it on, we have a little text thread, me, Kim, and Alina who does commentating from Central Michigan. And I said, that Leo they wore, Michigan State, I think it looks sharp. I like it. But if they just had a green Spartan in the back, like instead of that silver,
instead of the silver
I think it gets lost. I think because it's all silver, it gets lost. If it was sharp green,
Jason's making comments on leotards.
I am, because I think that would be really cool. I think that would just really sharpen that up.
I agree. I think it would just have the little green on the back, but it's a cute Leo. I think it looked really well in that. It looked good in that arena too.
Yeah, no, it did. It did 100%. But I just think that would bring it out a little bit more. So.
Yeah.
But of course, it wasn't one of our meets that we're going to cover. This one was a meet we did cover, and they have this every single year, and it's a great tribute to a family that is very Michigan.
Mm-hmm. It's Flip for Chip, Chip Hill, and they've been doing it since 2015-16 season. It's for pancreatic cancer, and I love that they have the purple Leos. They didn't always have those. So the last couple of years, and Madison McConnell helped with those from GK. But I really love that they do have the purple Leos now. And they get in between each rotation and stuff. They do little tributes and like play videos of people talking or, explaining their relationship with Chip. And actually, whenever I think of this meet, I always think of Nicole Arts, because she is like one of the biggest proponents of this and always, posting about it and doing her throwbacks from when she was there. And I think I heard her, in the arena on the screen telling about it, which I really love. And but my favorite thing is, though, when Gabby was talking about it, and they were talking about Chip and his daughters and how he was. And one of his main things was that he always told them, remember 3 good things each day. And so that's actually, it's cool. It's something to live by, and you can see how it, the team could use it, and it's just, good advice. But I like that they have a different kind of meet. Everybody does the breast cancer awareness meets. I just like that they have a different one. also.
Yeah, and it's good to just think about that just on your regular day, because of how many things, in life go wrong or don't go the way you want that particular day, or just is difficult. And there's always something during the day. And I know I do this in practice with our kids lots on bars, because bars as always can be a difficult event, and it's not always great every day. And it's like, what did we do well today? Not necessarily do I say, give me 3 things, but, that type of thing. And I try to get them, like, before they leave bars, hey, what did you do well today? What do you think you did well today? Especially if they had a difficult day. And this is cool just to kind of think about, what 3 things were good about your day. And you can always figure them out. There's always something. So
always.
That's cool.
So speaking of Leos, Air Force, hello. Air Force has the best Leos. Thoughts?
They do a good job. They do a good job. Yeah.
I sent you the Leo that they wore.
I know. It was blue. That blue.
I know.
At first, I thought you were sending
Kim's text messages.
No, I saw that thing. I know exactly what she's on Balance Beam. I understand. And the 9925 that she got on Beam or something like that. No, I liked it. I didn't really, because I thought it was an alum that you were sending me. I'm like, I don't think it's just, this doesn't have a reach for and then I realized that it was a nice routine. Then I thought you meant it by the 9925. Now I see that you meant by the Leo. I guess I didn't read the text maybe that you gave me. But I did like it. It's blue. Yeah. No,
but I had sent it before when it was just, I sent it to you and Alina actually when it was like just a picture of the Leo. But they always have such good Leos. And it's Air Force. How can you mess that up? But like, it's always, and just like, it was just so blingy and had like the Air Force logo and everything on it. I just love, Air Force has good Leos. It would make me, I would just go to Air Force for the Leos. Like, I'm going to join the Air Force for this great leotard. Oh, wait. I have to
6
fly
years.
a plane. But still, like, cool Leo. Way to go. I love their Leos. And then Washington. Give me a Washington Leo any day, because I love a good cityscape. I love a cityscape on a Leo. I love a cityscape on a t-shirt. Give me a cityscape. But the Leo that they wore, okay, it was white. Don't give me that. But they had the outline of Seattle in jewels. Yes, please. Thank you. I love that.
That's cool.
I love that. Yeah,
that is cool.
It was great. So Leos this week, man. It was all about the Leos.
Yeah, apparently.
Speaking of a busy weekend, I had a busy weekend. I had a diving meet and a gymnastics meet, and I had to try to, watch gymnastics and sleep and all that. But then I was longing for the college gymnastics. I wish I could have gone to both of them, Michigan and Michigan State. But guess what? Guess who did? Lloyd. Lloyd is everywhere.
Of course. Yeah, he's the picture god.
Lloyd is the hardest working man with also a real job too.
Right.
Not saying photography is not a real job, but you know what I'm saying. Like, he has a full-time job. And then he's at MSU. He's at Michigan. He's just everywhere. Right. And then I rotated with his wife Brittany at Athlete Warrior, and I was watching. I'm like, hey, there he is. Hey, Brittany, I saw Lloyd. So we were all bummed though that we couldn't be there. Also, right, I wish I could have been there. Oh.
Yeah, I know a couple of my athletes were planning on going to Michigan State, UCLA, to watch that meet, but we got a nice snowstorm on Saturday night, and so they ended up just watching it on TV, as most of us did. So that sucked. But
I watched it on TV from Athlete Warrior, on my computer, until the computer died, because my super smart person did not take the charger into the coach's room with me. So I sat there and watched it till it died. But as I'm watching it, ding, ding, ding on my computer screen. I wonder who that was. Jason and Alina. Ding, ding.
Discussing the competition. Absolutely. And speaking of...
I at least got to read though the little blurb in the corner of like what was happening, and then
Yeah, exactly. And then speaking just to Lloyd, give him another shout out. Like I think he is probably the hardest working cameraman even at like Dev Nationals, because like he like usually does vault's like his event. He does vault because he's good at photography, and vault's kind of hard, obviously, because it's fast. So he's usually on vault, and he has these shoes that slide him, and like he slides into position. Like I'm always like, okay, Lloyd, where are you going to be? Because I'll make sure my camera is not in your place, so you can slide into where you need to be. He's like,
I'm going to be here, and then I'm going to slide around over there.
So, and him and I work well together in that sense. We're always like, this and that and the other. But he's awesome. He's a great photographer. He's a good guy, and it's just fun. So
he's one of the nicest people. He
is.
If you have questions, he's the one to ask. Though Lloyd knows everything.
Yes.
When I have a question,
Good.
That's my first point of contact.
Exactly. But yeah, no, good people. And this person is also a very good person. And I'm glad it happened to her because she deserves it. So,
Penny Jernigan, most winningest coach in Western Michigan history. You go. She's amazing.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's
why I had to go up in the Fab Five and not down where you wanted it, because that's fabulous.
Fine. Well, I just said because she did that, but I get it. It is fabulous.
She did do that, but...
Yes, she made history at Western, and that's awesome. And I've gotten to know her better, obviously, since Peyton Murphy joined the team, she's awesome, and got to talk to her a lot at Peyton's wedding, which was fun, and just great. And congratulations, that's awesome. And she's doing great things at Western. I mean, Western's great. Not to mention, obviously, all our alums love to go there. And then I put this on here because apparently a drill video of Leah that I put up last week has drawn attention in the XCEL program, because apparently there was discussions if that could be considered a dismount, because somehow, some way this has been done as a dismount, kind of, sort of, in some level at XCEL. I kind of got lost in all the discussion and the commentary on Facebook because I wasn't really 100% sure how they even get into this as a routine, but apparently this is a similar dismount that you can do in XCEL or have done. I mean, none of our kids I've ever seen do it. I had never seen this before. Leah did it on video.
The only thing I can think of is, so when I was at Midland, there used to be a girl who would, on the high bar, she would put her legs around and like butt bounce off the bar.
Yeah, like the old school butt bounce, but she didn't roll off. And maybe that's what she's talking about, and it just looked like that. I don't know. But I also like that several of the gyms did this and posted it and tagged us. Becca's Place is one of them. That was phenomenal, and I loved it. That they were, inspired by our video and were trying it, and some of them did really, really well. So,
were inspired by Leah Kamichik's bar.
Correct, because she's the one that does it.
But also ESPN, if they wouldn't have filmed it, we wouldn't have had it.
Well, that's true. That is true. They just sat there watching, doing warm-ups. They weren't even
weren't
talking
doing
about
anything.
I just happened to see it while I was waiting for it to start. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
I thought it was so cool. I was like,
it is.
I like it.
It's awesome. Yeah. She didn't, like I said, it didn't help her last week. I don't know if it helped her this week or not, but
it's a cool, fun. It's a cool, fun drill.
I
like it.
I like it. But yeah, I just had to mention that it sparked conversation about XCEL dismounts. I don't know. Anyway, I guess someone tried that, or could they do that? And I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Region 5 University this week. Our podcast fantasy gymnastics team, of course. Each week we choose 3 meets normally. We do have 4 this week. But throughout the weekend, ones that usually will fit, ones we haven't talked about, but fit our alums, new alums to see. Some teams we don't get to see very often, but we try to make it as, filled with alums as possible so we can make up our lineup. And so this week, of course, it was Iowa at Michigan, Ball State at NIU, which I was at, and I do have some comments and some discussions about things I saw going on in the arena. San Jose State at Utah State, which now we've watched this meet twice, and it's always a great time. And Denver at West Virginia, my favorite meet, I think, of the weekend. I think I liked watching this meet, maybe even better than Michigan State UCLA, because Michigan State UCLA was cool. But I enjoyed watching this Denver meet, or West Virginia meet. Let's move to vault, and Carly Stalder, an absolutely gorgeous Yurchenko full. Beautiful Yurchenko full, and stuck it cold. Another one that I will talk about that did stick, because we don't see stuck Yurchenko fulls in NCAA very often. We'll get there. But a gorgeous Yurchenko full stuck. Dawson Sally, another nice Yurchenko full, 9825, small hop, but very nice lift off the table. And yes, Kim, I do not know why she's not on floor. She's not. She competed exhibition, but she did compete. You asked me that question. Why did Dawson not do floor? I'm like, well, she did, but not in the lineup. So I'm not really sure about that. But very nice Yurchenko full for Dawson. Emerson Smith, we didn't see this vault. It was not on the telecast. They talk about it, but they never even go back and show the replay of it. So it was a 9-8. I know she does the Yurchenko full. Not sure, what it looked like. It was good, 9-8, but it made our lineup. So Emerson, congratulations. We have to talk about, you're on our floor lineup too, which we'll get to, and we have to talk about a very long discussion that I needed to hear, but we'll do that in a little bit. But very nice, 9-8. Grace, I'm not even going to try to embarrass, like Sam's name was butchered at Utah State, but 9.75. Grace S. 975, another very nice Yurchenko full for her. Beautiful lift off the table as well, and a pretty good landing. I think she did hop back, but they were being a little tough on vault at NIU, but they've been tough on vault for the most part in most of these meets, other than like the big gun meets. Avery Chambers, this is probably the best vault I've seen her do from Iowa.
Yeah, it was
This
good.
was really nice. Very, very little. Usually she has like a pike down. She didn't have that. She did bend her arms a little bit, but it was a good vault. It was very nice.
Yeah.
And then AJ's vault, she just took a big hop back. But it was.
Well, where was the cameraman going on that
one?
one?
But the camera literally was like on top of her shoulder. Like, was the camera like, was she holding the camera while flipping? I mean, it was like very close.
For a minute, I thought like I had zoomed in on my phone or something. No.
Yeah, no. It was like she was holding the camera out, doing a vault with the camera in her hand. That was how close it was. But yeah, 975 for her vault as well. 48,975 on vault, so that's pretty cool. Bars, Sydney Mullen. Okay, sorry. Sydney Mullen is one of my athletes who goes to Maryland, and I was talking to her mom today, so that's why in my mind I had Mullen, and that would be Jellin. It rhymes, but or Jellin, whatever it is.
How they said on the broadcast, Jelline.
Sydney Jellin, 985. Her double out is killer. Her double out is so good. I've always said
it is.
It's just awesome. I love it.
And side note, velvet leotards for the win.
Yes, Kim loves the velvet Leo.
I do.
For sure. But gorgeous bar routine, 985. Sam Makasu.
Are you sure that's not
Makashu.
Are you sure it's not Mukasu or Makasu? Or the one guy just went
obviously some kind of foreign language there, but no, Mukasu is obviously her name now. Very nice Maloney bail handstand, a little small form break, and a beautiful full out. This is her first year on bars. She's new to the bar lineup this season, so that's cool. Obviously, she's a sophomore, so it's not like she's had a lot of years to, she's a sophomore, so she's in on both vault, bars, and beam, so she's doing 3 events versus last year she only did beam, so that's cool. 985, very nice. Lily Clapper, 985. The Jaeger was in a little close on that one. But I love how Gabby talks about all her 18 dismounts that she's done. I feel like she's Peyton Murphy. We've done double fronts, double layouts, double blindfold, double backs. I mean, I think she's done every dismount, maybe toe front. Who knows? Have you done that, Lily?
Hey, sometimes it just takes, you just got to find what works.
Exactly. But her double layout was very nice. Very nice dismount, and a 985 for Lily. Glad to see her continuously in the lineups, because like I said, we saw her in exhibitions here and there and that throughout her year, but she's competing. She was an exhibition on floor as well, but she's in the bar lineup, which is cool. Ashley Shemansky, this routine was a little bit underscored. I thought this her blindfold Ginger bail, and I am going to post that itself, is gorgeous, and it was huge at Northern, and I always sit like when they do the setup they did, because they change their setup occasionally depending on what they're doing. I think there was a basketball game immediately after this meet that I don't know, I didn't check it out, but I have a feeling because of how the chairs were, I think there may have been a basketball game that night, Saturday night. So they had to do it this way, but the bars the way they are, I sit there because you can see it directly, and beautiful Ginger. I mean, I think a 9.8 was a little too like her bar lineup. Actually, bars at Northern were not good as a whole. I mean, lots of falls, but Ashley's routine was really good. 9.8 for that, and she went back to blindfold double tuck. By the way, she did not do double layout, so I don't know if she didn't like the landing on that, because her, she wants to be solid, perfect, and stuff. So, but 9.8 for that. And then Ava Jordan on bars, 9.8. AJ usually does a very nice bar routine. Very nice blind Jaeger. I had to pull back her bail, though. She was lucky on that. She overshot her bail just a little bit and brought it back. Was able to get it, but 9.8 for that, and that was probably the major deduction, because if I'm not mistaken, she did stick her double flyaway. So just a couple things I want to mention on bars. Avery Riff at NIU, very consistent. Her Jaeger's nice. Her blind straddle backhand, one of the most consistent bar workers at Northern, and I want to shout out to that. She didn't make our lineup because I don't think it was 9.7 or something, 9.7 I think, but it was a great routine. Charlie Laffer, or how did they say?
Oh my God, LaFleur.
Anyway, Charlie did a very nice bar routine for the most part, but did take a couple steps on her dismount. However, she did on Sunday at Oregon State put up a 9.8. So, I didn't watch the routine, but I saw that she had 9.8 on Sunday. So she must have got that dismount under control. Love the Shushinova, and I was impressed because the female commentator, which we'll talk about in a little bit, understood gymnastics. I had no idea.
But where was she?
No idea. Let's get there when we get there. No clue. But she knows skills, and she knew things, and she knew there was a Shushinova in that. So I thought that was cool, because God knows what those two guys would have called that release. Mila, no clue. Mila on bars. I was sad that this is the only event we got to see her. I mean, she was in the vault Big 12 conference champ last year, and we're not in bars, or not in vault. We only did bars, but nice pack, Maloney pack, and a very nice double layout. But glad to see her. She's in bars. It was good to see, but it just sucks that we don't get to see a couple other events, especially her Yurchenko full. Another one that sticks on the regular, in college gymnastics, dudes. Okay, 49.15 on bars for us. Over to beam, Carly again. A 9.875. This routine was gorgeous. She is killing it. She has found her place to be. I mean, college gymnastics, because like we've talked about, Carly was always a good gymnast. We knew her. We knew what she does. We followed her, that type of thing as the media of Region 5. But she is finding her place in college gymnastics, and she looks awesome, and I'm glad to see it. 9.875, huge backhanding layout step out. It was absolutely gorgeous. Ashley Shemansky, another great routine. I'm glad people enjoyed her faces video.
Oh my God, so funny.
Yes, they love that. I couldn't really tell the faces from where I was sitting because the beam was across, but I know she does them, so I wasn't worried about it. But 9.85 for that routine. Ava Molina, also a very nice balance beam routine. I love her back dive mount, although the last 2 weeks she's had to fight to stay on, and she quickly does like that knee bend, so like she does that to balance herself or something, because it looks like she's going to tumble back over. I'm in the process of teaching my daughter this mount. So hopefully Jory will have this mount, because we need to find skills that are single Ds, because combinations for my daughter don't work well. And so we're going to do that. But 9.825, very, very nice beam routine for her. Another nice 2.5 on floor again. I do have that video of that.
If you want great drills for that mount, you call Joanne.
Oh, I know. I already asked her when I was there. Sydney Mullen, 9.825 on balance beam. Did I say Cindy Mullen again?
Sydney
Jellin. I'm having struggles. I apologize. Your names are too close, and me having talked to her mom today, that name is on my brain. Sydney Jellin. Aerial back handspring is so good, like so nice. I love it. Her jumps. She took a big smile out of her ring. Her whatever. What's it called? Stag ring, whatever.
Yeah.
Ring jump with the head back. Anyway, big, huge smile at the end of that.
Does she do it with her legs straight? Isn't it a yang bow? Doesn't she do a yang bow?
No, I think she does it with tucked. Her knees are both bent.
Oh, she does it as a double stag.
I think so. And then stuck gainer full. It was gorgeous. Gorgeous routine for Sydney. Loved it. Loved watching it. Great to see her competing in her junior year already. Jesus. 9.825. And then Avery Riff from NIU. And those of you who watch our social media saw that I put up the textbook pike jump that she has, where she's literally completely folded in half on beam, not on floor, on beam. 9.825. Aerial. I don't know how she does that the way she does it, and I hope I don't jinx her. Knock on wood, knock on my brain. I don't know, because it's so good.
Come on, Jason. God.
I know, but that switch to pike jump, pike 3/4, you don't see that, and it's just original. She does great pike jumps. Kim has talked about Avery's pike jumps many times.
Yeah, for years.
Right, and it's just awesome. But I wanted to showcase that because it was just so good. But 9.825, another very good performance for Avery, and she is also a freshman that's killing it on her team this year. 49.2, and I told Kim, we can do beam. Our NCAA alums can do beam for sure.
Yeah, they can.
Q had landing gear issues on vault. We'll get there. But 9.85 on floor. Her full in. She doesn't have any issues with taking off, that's for sure, because that thing is skyrocketed into the ceiling.
Her beam and her floor, no issues. Bars and vault, a few issues.
No, beam she fell. She had the matrix on balance beam.
Well, I mean, landing-wise.
Yes, I get it. But she had issues on beam this week. But anyway, 985, beautiful full in. I know Gabby had talked about it, and we're going to talk about Gabby in a minute as well.
I think she just didn't eat enough hot tamales before.
Could be true. Yeah, I didn't see any hot tamales yesterday. I didn't see any box of hot tamales come out. Didn't see that either. On floor, 985, beautiful round off full in. One of two that I know in our NCAA that we have alums doing. But Emerson, 985. I do have to know the discussion that her and Jason had prior to this because it's a very long discussion. But we're gonna get there in a little bit. And then Carly Staller on her third lineup. 975. I did post her 2.5 punch front layout. That's elite level, and everyone seemed to like that video. That was an awesome first pass. Really, really cool. Jocelyn Hallbeck from NIU 9725. Very nice front through double pike last pass. I know I talked about it, I think 2 weeks ago, but very, very nice. We're going to talk about, however, before her routine, the extended amount of time that it took for them to get Jocelyn to go on the floor, and I'll explain. Okay. It was rather interesting. And then Drake, huge double pike, absolutely huge double pike, 9.7 on floor. She's always good on floor. You can tell she loves floor. Good expression. Presents herself well, but her tumbling is always like through the roof. I mean, it was good. Huge double pike. 9.7 on floor for us for a 48.875. Total 196.2. 196.2. And that's mostly from the MAC and the Big 12. So, scoring. So that's awesome. Next up for week 5, we have ASU Utah. We haven't seen ASU this year, so excited to see ASU Utah. I do have Delaney Kelly's floor routine to post this week, so you'll get to see that, but then we'll get to see it next week as well. Ohio State at Nebraska. We have not seen Nebraska. And I like to see Ohio State more because I do enjoy watching Ohio State. NC State Pitt. We've seen NC State, but we have not seen Pitt. So we're going to check Pitt out. And then we have to have Michigan State, Michigan, because we just do. I mean, it is what it is. So it's the Big Ten meet this week. So we'll do that. Haven't looked at week 6 schedule yet to see, but we'll try to maybe make it more MAC based for week 6. So since we're doing a lot of bigger teams, big conference teams, I should say, since we know we love the MAC conference. So. And then Kim makes her commentary debut for the season at Eastern for Wilberforce Eastern, and I'm sure she'll have tons of comments. And if we have some good routines, maybe we'll slide them into the lineup. But I think there's a couple good meets Eastern has coming up too. I know that we can get them in with other lineup. Right. Our D3 athlete of the week is Paige Magel from Wisconsin Whitewater. I do not have this routine yet. She has not sent it to me yet. 9775 on bars. She does have a nice pike Jaeger and a very floaty double layout. I've seen it many, many times. So hopefully we'll get that video before Thursday, and it will be up in our D3 athlete post for the week. But congratulations this week to Paige for being our D3 athlete of the week. Remember on our socials that you need to follow, our Region 5 College Salute podcast on Instagram. It's growing, which is awesome. That's where our D3 athlete, MVPs, any occasional highlight reels, Ashley's, faces reel, Kim's pictures someday.
If Kim ever goes to a meet again. God.
Kim's pictures. Our podcast link is posted there, and so that's where it is. That's where our main places in which to follow our Region 5 alums. Check that out, the College Salute podcast on Instagram, and of course our YouTube channel. We do have more subscribers. Thank you so much. I hope our hours are going up. I didn't check that out yet this week to get us to the 1,000 subscribers. We're over 700 now, which is cool. And I have to check the hours because the hours is the most important part. The subscribers gets to 1,000, but then we still have the hours to reach. But that's where our podcast segments are, our weekly routines that I get, any extra content, and of course, our video of our podcast you can catch up there. So check those out. College Salute podcast on Instagram and the College Salute on YouTube. Our only debut that I could see that has debuted, an actual fully debuted, Jasmine Hu from William and Mary debuted on balance beam.
I thought it was Jasmine Hu. I don't know. Hu. You know her.
I'm almost positive it's Jasmine Hu. I'm pretty sure. Great. Anyway, I'm not. I could be wrong, and then I'll get the text from Legacy Elite. Trust me, I will. But William and Mary's
I think it's
freshman.
Jasmine.
Okay, so if it's Jasmine, which you may be right. For some reason, I thought it was Jasmine, though. Beam 9.6. I don't have this video. We did not get it yet. She said she'd send it to me, but she doesn't get her videos until Tuesday at practice. We record Tuesday morning, so she hasn't been able to get it yet, but I will post it because it's a debut, so since we didn't talk about it, I'll post it on the podcast, or on the Instagram. So 9.6 for Jasmine, who?
Or J Mine, how you have on the
J
note.
Mine, as I wrote it there.
Say my name, say my name.
Okay, it fits. Hey, there we go. It's a perfect podcast intro to this week's show. All right, so they did it. They did that, or didn't. We'll start at NIU Ball State because that was one that I was at. And
Yes, let's.
Zoe Middleton, let me just tell you, there's probably a couple more that I missed, but she does 70 jumping jacks prior to her bar routine. She's off to the side, jumping jack back and like literally it felt like forever. Jory, my daughter, was like, what is she doing? And how many is she going to do? Quite a bit.
Some people dance. Some people take anatomy tests.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do math. Some people sit in a corner. Clearly, Zoe needs to do jumping jacks. She just needs to jump. Okay.
Yes, she does. She does.
And
so
I always think Zoe is from Region 5, but she's not.
Right. But
I want her to be.
We've brought her in due to the Beam or Bar MAC conference when it was everybody was Region 5 except for her, so we just adopted her.
We've adopted her. If you're a MAC school, you've been adopted.
True story.
Let's just say that.
But no, love watching Zoe, and she's back now in the all around. She did vault. It's not her Yurchenko 1.5 yet. It's still Yurchenko full, and who knows if we will do 1.5. And I do like the floor, and I know I saw it a week ago, but seeing it live, that she's doing that 3 front full, front lay front full, front tuck. But she's only doing back tumbling or front tumbling, no back tumbling. She's going to save that Achilles and be able to finish out her 5th year. So that's awesome. But being back in the all around is really cool for Zoe. Congrats. The floor crazy of Jocelyn Harbeck. Okay, so let me set the stage here. I believe it was Carly Stalder who was finishing balance beam. She finishes balance beam, salutes, that Carly Stalder, Ball State, the announcer. Then he says, next up on floor for NIU, Jocelyn Harbeck. Okay, so Richard, who is one of our male judges in Illinois, was the head judge on floor at this meet. And he was ready to go. And he is like looking around the floor. And I'm like, Jocelyn is literally right in front of me because she's talking to, I don't know if it is the staff trainer, if it is their media person, if it's their SID. I'm not really 100% sure it was. She was dressed up. She wasn't, obviously in gymnastics apparel. And she's just talking, and Richard's like trying to figure out who's next because the scoreboard thing was kind of in the way of his view of her and the person standing there talking. And it took forever. Well, by then, one of the judges had come over with an inquiry. So he was trying to fix that. And then he was ready to go. And all you hear is, come on, Joss, the team. And then Nita, the head coach at NIU, goes, Jocelyn, you're up across the floor. And she's still like lollygagging to the floor. Like it's she owns when she goes. I'll decide when it's my turn to go. And this is what's going to happen. That process probably didn't take as long as it seemed, but it was forever sitting in the crowd waiting for her to do her routine. It was hysterical. I'm like, she's right here. Literally, she's in front of us. I wanted to scream out, Joss, you're up. Knowing her as I do. But I'm like, but the fact that Nita screams across the floor because they stood on the other side, you're up. And she had no clue. She didn't care. Thank God she hit a routine. But maybe that's what she needs. Maybe she just needs to have that because she doesn't want to be, wrapped up in the craziness of, prepping for the routine and being all nervous. I don't know. It was hilarious.
That is funny.
NIU's bars did not go well. Not well at all. They got a 45 on bars. Oh, okay. Bar coach Chris sat them down, and at the end of the competition, you see on one side of the floor, all of the Ball State ladies are doing like rollouts and stretching and splits, and then you have a group of northern athletes walking back to where their area was to get their warm-ups on to do their college straddle each other while they sit on the floor for the waiting for the awards. And and you see a circle in the far corner of the floor of the entire bar squad, and they're having a powwow with Chris. And this thing seemed like it took forever. A good 6, 7, maybe even 8 minutes. I mean, it was a long powwow. And you could tell Chris was 6'7", yes. And you could tell Chris was talking, but all of the athletes, you could tell there was a couple here, because you could see the ends, you could see their mouths moving. So they were talking, and you couldn't see the back of the heads. Obviously, I was looking at on the other couple, but it seemed like they were all in discussion, but there was a serious discussion going on about bars, and maybe it's just because they've not been very good on bars the last few weeks, and putting up a 45, that's not going to get you anywhere. And so they had a very long discussion, and I was like, wow, very interesting. But interesting to see, because they were ready to get ready for the awards part, and there's an NIU bar team circled up, talking about bars. Meanwhile, Ball State's rolling out and stretching and hanging out, and then the rest of the group for Northern's over putting their warm-ups on. But it was a long discussion there. So hopefully they worked it out, and that'll be better on bars, to come. So Delaney from Ball State, her mount, you're welcome. I got a few texts this week, and also some comments about this beam mount, and one asked if this is a flight series. Not really sure how she thought that was a flight series. Acro skill, yes, maybe.
Not even a series.
There's no flight, but anyway. Don't know how that is. So someone actually ended up commenting, so I didn't have to, so I just left it alone. But this was missed on the stream from last week at Ball State. And I went to watch, because I wanted to watch the Jocelyn thing. I wanted to see if the stream caught that, and they did not. It was not caught, so there must have been something, in terms of maybe that. It just seemed long, like I said, longer maybe to us than it was, but they didn't catch it, so I was like, okay, I'll just talk about it. But the mount was not on that stream either, so they missed it at NIU as well. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable.
It is unacceptable.
So I'm glad I filmed it and put it up, and there you go.
Did they not listen to our podcast and how unacceptable it was last week not seeing it? Come on, people, get it together.
Apparently not. So, but you're welcome for those who have commented. Even Jessica from Gymcastic texted me, because we were talking about the Michigan State meet a little bit yesterday, and she said thank you for posting that, because that's awesome. And I made sure she understood at Michigan State they have a freshman that isn't competing yet, but she needs to watch out for, and she doesn't wear grips. And Jess was like, what? They don't wear grips? And I sent her a bar routine example, and she's like, wow, she's good. And I said yes. Also sent her 2019 beam routine that she used to do the back handspring, one arm back handspring layout step out, which she doesn't do anymore.
So this athlete starts competing and is amazing, and Jess is losing her life over her, you're welcome.
You'll remember that we
remember where the knowledge to pay attention to this one came from.
Exactly. And her club coach is a good friend of mine, so definitely always good to shout out to.
He's a friend of mine too. He's my friend too.
He is a friend of Kim's as well. All right, Dawson Sally. What about Dawson Sally?
Well, listen, I thank you for saying her first name, because these commentators had no idea what her first name was, because we went through the vault lineup. Starting on vault, we're going to have Jocelyn Harbeck and Drake White and Samantha Nickel and Sally and Alana Wallace and Audrey Brenner, blah, blah. He said, he said everybody's first and last name but Dawson, whose name was in the middle. Like, he went full name, Sally, full name, name. Like,
that's hilarious.
I'm sorry.
That's funny.
Say my name.
Yeah.
Like,
you picked a great song, because this definitely fits this week.
Listen,
Jesus.
after I listened to Dude mess up Makasu 27 times and then go, yeah, I was like, oh.
Yes, that one fits.
Hold my Yeti microphone, please, because I got something for you.
But anyway, so moving on to Denver and West Virginia. As I mentioned, this meet, I loved watching this competition. I don't know why. They do some cool things. There's a lot of cool gymnastics going on, and just fun stuff in there. And plus, it was a wrestling meet, and like always, we did get to see wrestling. We got to see about a minute of wrestling. That was interesting.
But was it better than the other Beauty and the Beast?
Oh, no. This by far. At least we got to see all the gymnastics for the most part, except for Emerson's vault. But we have another Suk Kaz issue. Week 2, for this issue. Sophia Rice from West Virginia. She does do a very, very, very nice layout cause. Not a souk full.
I was just saying, are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes, it's a layout cause. It's very nice, very open, very nice, very powerful, but it is not a souk. It is a cause. Okay. We have a Region 5 gymnast, current gymnast from All American Flames, who does a tucked version of this vault, and it is a souk. And I will post it, and I will explain, and I will show, because it's really good. But Sophia Rice, gorgeous, beautiful cause layout, not souk full. Okay. All right.
Capiche?
Capiche? Carly DiCello, beautiful Yurchenko full. She's stuck, by the way. She's stuck. There's another one.
Yes, that is the sister of Kayla DiCello.
Kayla DiCello, yes. Beautiful Yurchenko full.
So many DiCellos.
Yes, there's
so many DiCellos.
But she did a college salute. She stuck, she stayed, and she college saluted. Her head went back. So I thought that was cool. I had to put that out there.
I'm here for it. I love it.
But a beautiful, beautiful Yurchenko full that stuck cold. So yes, there are sticks in college gymnastics on Yurchenko fulls. Thank you. Pirouette Tkachev from Kaylin Skewell. I haven't seen this combination in a while. I mean, you don't see that very often in college gymnastics, because you don't see Tkachevs very often in college gymnastics. They are there, but just not a lot of them. But the pirouette Tkachev, I haven't seen that in a while. So I wanted to mention that. Jury Lane from West Virginia. First of all, that's a cool name. Journey Lane. That's really cool.
Journey Lane.
Weiler Jaeger Bale. Yes. Loved it. Great.
It goes with I feel like it just goes with the name, the coolness of the
does.
name. Journey
Awesome.
Lane does a Weiler Jaeger.
Yes, awesome. She doesn't really cast into the Weiler. She kind of rolls. I don't know if that's a deduction or not, but it was really cool. I'm not really sure how you say her name. Bata from Denver. The energy on her floor routine, through the roof. So cool. I enjoyed watching that. And then, of course, the Rudy layout step out to 2 feet and the 9-mile-high straddle jump that came out of it. That was awesome. So props to you. Sorry if I butchered your last name. It's part of the podcast this week, apparently. Madison Reidenbach from Denver. This is what I talked about at the beginning, the hip bump. At the beginning of her routine, she does, her teammates are standing in each corner, and she goes to the side and she hip bumps them, and they hip bump back. So that was really cool before she starts a routine, and then proceeds to do my favorite tumbling pass of all combination tumbling passes, the whip half Rudy. And it was gorgeous. So love that. Her side semi on beam though, very floaty.
Yeah. Shaila Bhatia.
Got it. Okay. Bhatia.
Shaila Bhatia.
Yes.
I
Cool
like
name.
when they
I like
have
that
the
name
things.
too.
I like when they have the things they have the how to say their name on their
roster.
Some of them.
Yes. Sometimes Kim's our what's the word? Fact checker, that's one. Kim's my fact checker. She goes and she finds stuff on the internet. Knowledge finder. So there you go, Bhatia. Cool. Bhatia. I love the name. Love the energy on floor. Also love the huge straddle jump. Okay, so let me just say that watching Denver's Melissa Kutcher, Reinhardt. Now, see, I know Melissa very, very well. Melissa was the assistant coach at Michigan when I was at Michigan. I did their camps every summer. I would be at every meet. I'd help out when I could because, I just obviously loved women's college gymnastics. So I know Melissa very well. But I've never really noticed how she coaches beam. She is the puppet master. Okay. If you watch her athletes, she'll be doing the routines and she says the things, which you see. But then at the end in the dismount, she literally has her hand out in front of her and she walks the direction of the athlete, does the balance beam dismount, like she's pushing her and dragging her and making her dismount. It is the funniest thing on earth, and you all need to go watch it. And they did a split screen, which I was going to talk about in a minute, but I can do it right now. There's a split screen of Jason Butts watching his athlete on floor and his facials. You can just tell me, he literally, you can tell, read him like a book based on his reactions to things just by his face. But I wanted that from Melissa Kutcher. That would have been hilarious. But you have to watch her, and she literally takes her arm and guides the athlete off the beam.
I love that.
Now, of course, she's not touching her, but it looks like it is. She's a puppet master. I thought it was hilarious, and I made my daughter watch it, and she thought it was funny. She's rolling on the floor. It was so good. I love it. I hope we can see it again, and maybe we can actually see it. So anybody in Denver wants to do a split screen with Melissa and their beam work, please do, because I will be on that one for sure. I'd watch it. I already talked about Jason being an open book. His face is when you watch him, he's funny to watch. I met him when we were at the Bahamas. I went to the Bahamas meet, and I covered their Western Michigan inter squad with West Virginia that one year, and I got to meet Jason, and I'd never met him, and so I occasionally talk to him at nationals now, but and Dev nationals, but he's funny, but he's like literally like, you could just tell what he's thinking based on what his facial expression is while he's watching his athletes. We do need a mic, however, in his discussion with Emerson. And Emerson Smith on floor before she went, there was a long discussion on the score before. There was an issue, I can't remember. I think it was the kid that did the Branny and like jumped out of it and ran backwards. I'm not sure what that pass was supposed to be, if it was supposed to be a Rudy, if it was supposed to be a front half something, or if it was supposed to be a front full something. She did a front half and bounced backwards. So she had no double salto. I think it was after that routine. And it was a while for them to pull up the score. And Jason and her and Emerson are just laughing and joking, and I would love to have a hot mic in that conversation, 100%, because it went on forever, and they stayed with it, they went away, they stayed with it, they went away, they stayed with it, they went away. It was a while. So I would love to have had a hot mic on that conversation. I think that would have been fun. But I enjoyed this meet a lot. It was really, really cool, and a lot of just fun stuff. And I just, for some reason, I just enjoy watching like West Virginia competitions. So, but no, it's fun to watch. Michigan, Iowa, we have a new member of the Region 5 commentating team. It's growing.
We do.
Growing. Miss Gabby Wilson.
I was so surprised to see Gabby when I pulled up the meet, because I had no idea. That is fantastic. I love that for her.
Yeah.
What?
No, I didn't either. I didn't know she was commentating. I didn't know she had planned on commentating.
Me either.
And there she is. They come on, and he
and
talks about himself, like he introduces himself, and he says, and then the Michigan blah 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 blah, Gabby Wilson, and I was like, nice.
And she did great.
Yeah. No, she did a good job. She did.
Yeah. But listen, however, we could hear everything that you all were saying, though, when we weren't on the air. Like, when you're supposed to, the mics are not supposed to be turned on.
That happens a lot on BTN Plus, though. Have you noticed that? It does on BTN Plus. It doesn't happen on ESPN.
You could hear it between like them and then like the girl that was on the floor, and she's like saying, it was so funny. She's like, yeah, and then I'm going to throw it back to Gabby. Like, it was so funny.
But that happens a lot, because I know that happened to Twins a lot at Michigan, when they would be saying something and you would hear them talking in the background. So, but a couple of her comments, I like the copy and paste for Raina's stuck 1.5. Sorry. She did this, I guess, 2 times at practice when Gabby was at practice, and then I guess she did one at the warm-ups too. And Gabby's like, just copy and paste and put it in the meet.
I love when people say copy and paste. Brent says that a lot too. But I love that's like, oh my, there's a few things that are like your generic like copy and paste, or like the lights out. I hate that one, but like.
And then the wonderful comment about Carly's side summy.
Oh my God! If a side summy and an aerial had a baby, that it would be Carly Ballman's side summy. That was incredible.
It's so funny.
I listened to
True
it 3
story,
times.
So funny.
It is, but I listened to it 3 times because it was just, I was dying.
Yeah, no, it was good. That was really good. We had another flare and float, Kim. I don't know if you noticed. Aurelia Train. How do you say her name? Her first name. Aurelia. How do you say Tran's last first name? Anyway, on vault.
I think
she doesn't. I don't know. Anyway, she has a beautiful
Aurelia,
Yurchenko
I think
full.
it's Aurelia Tran.
Maybe it's Tran. I know that. On vault, beautiful Yurchenko full, and Gabby said float as she's floating, but she also opens up. So I put in flare and float.
Oh, I was gonna say, oh my God, it's somebody. I need to like copyright this trademark.
I know. I put the flare part in because she does flare out a little bit, but she doesn't say that. But she does say she floats it, so it reminded me of the flare and float. Air Q did not have her landing gear ready for touchdown this week on her Yurchenko full and a half. She flew out of it. Big hop out. But her full in, as I mentioned, was in the rafters from a casual walk. I mean, she just walks into a full in.
She does.
There's no effort. There's like no effort in it. Seems like there's no effort. I mean, she would know better. But she also couldn't matrix herself back on the beam. We have seen that a couple times this year with the, not necessarily Q, but like just people like doing the arm circles, the backstroke, everything else to get on the beam and stay on. She was not able to matrix herself on the beam, unfortunately.
You know what, though? She is in her 6th year. That's a lot of arm waving. She might be she used maximum effort, I think, though. But then she, dismount. Nice double full stuck, beautiful high.
Yeah. It just wasn't her best day, but it's fine. We're excited that Q's competing, so we'll leave it at that. And as Gabby was too. Gabby was very excited to get to watch her, commentate with her. 'Cause, she's known Q for a very long time. They're friends, and and stuff like that. So it's fun. Sophia Shriver, I know you do have comments about her as well. Very nice, full on pike off on vault. I loved that. I mean, it's not easy to do, and she does it well. She does that.
Yeah, she does. That vault was gorgeous.
Yes.
However, okay, Miss Gabby, I love you, but you don't see a 10 star value in college gymnastics a lot. Come on, Gabby.
You had one. I mean, come on. You did a 10 vault.
When she said that,
most of your teammates on that team,
I listened to it like 2 or 3 times because I was like, am I hearing you right? I don't know, but I listened to it a couple times and I was like, Gabby, it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay.
Her bars, Van Leeuwen, great. And then another hip bump this week with Kyle. That was fun. The hip bump with Kyle. And then she also does a whip half Rudy, which I love that pass. It's just so cool. But I know you have to talk about her floor. Her dramatic and sharp. Her dramatic and sharp movements in her routine are just fun to watch. Like, I just love that routine.
Absolutely. It's just so cool. And she appears to be a little taller.
Yeah.
And she may not be. Her legs just are longer, it looks like. I don't know, she just looks long-legged and just makes her floor routine just look that much more elegant.
Yeah. But it's just cool. It's sharp. It's eye-catching, which you literally just stay there and like, oh my God, this is cool routine. Kaylee Boozer from Michigan. We've talked about her.
The ending of her floor routine is what is the cool part with Sophie.
I'm trying to remember.
Like, she does this like cool look, like this jumpy thing, like jumpy spinny thing down to the ground, and then just the ending. But like,
I think I remember. Yeah,
it was just like very cool, very fancy.
Yep. Yeah, just cool routine overall. And the whip half Rudy.
It was fancy.
It's done. You had me at whip half Rudy. Kayla Boozer from Michigan. We've talked about her last year as a freshman. Last year did a phenomenal job learning and how this college gymnastics thing works, and now killing it. She is such a pleasure to watch on beam. Like, her front aerial, I think, maybe my opinion only, the best in the country. Her front aerial is so good. Like, so nice. Good. It's so pretty.
Many things she does is very good. She's amazing.
Yes. When will Rojas break into the Iowa lineup this year? She's here for a 5th year. She's doing exhibition on her 2 events, bars and beam. Bars she's good on bars, but she does have her ginger's a little bit low. It's not huge bars, but her back handspring layout, her layout series, so good. Maybe a little bent arms on the back handspring, but it's a really, really good series. And aggressive, and she's like, every time I've seen it, she's hit it well. I just want to know when she's getting in the lineup, because she's good beam work. Good beam work.
I don't know. But you know what, though? Gabby commentating for Marissa, so much love, because they were teammates back in the day at MAG, which is it's just so fun, because she is a little bit, she was way younger, but I just love that they, full circle moment.
Yeah. No, true story. Hannah Castile.
Oh, my God. Castillo. Hannah Castillo is my queen. I couldn't put these hands, like the, or these ones, on the
Yep.
I couldn't put those in the outline, but those are the hands. Her floor routine, I'm sorry, is amazing. It's like flowy, but it's like a little scary. I'm a little scared when I watch it, because she like stares into my soul, really into my soul. But like, her movements are just so like deliberate but sharp but scary, but like, I love it.
Yeah, no,
I love it. I feel like she should be wearing. I feel like she should be wearing all black when she does it, because she does. Most of the time she does, but we need some, like, I don't know. It's just dark.
Yeah, Iowa is one of those teams that's fun to watch. They are fun to watch. They've got, mixture of good gymnastics and, great artistry and or presentation or performance or just skills. I mean, it's just fun. It's fun to watch for sure.
I enjoy
and I want the Region 5 version. I think you have these actually. Craig's Iowa Nike shoes.
Yeah,
I think your Region 5 ones, like the red and black ones, I want those for signature. I'd wear those for our signature things. So I'm going to have to reach out. Or maybe you can get me a pair of red and black. I don't wear Nikes, though. That's the thing. I like Adidas shoes. But I would wear them if they but they look cool. I thought they were cool. But they stuck out in what he was wearing, so that's why you could see them. It was funny because I think he just had like white and black pants and he had these yellow and black shoes on.
Yeah, yellow and black ones.
Yeah, so those were cool. But all right, and we're gonna end on the meat of all meats because this is just too much. All right. San Jose State, Utah State. Apparently, the events or the routines are different elements.
Jason, I must ask you a question.
Please. That is old school. That is very crinkly mustache.
Oh my God! So the one was like ho ho ho, like it was like twirled,
yes,
like he's been.
It was interesting.
But then the other guy, he had an interesting little mustache too. Like
it's doing its job because we're talking about it. So it's doing its job, right? We're giving praise to it. But the fact that the different elements, routines are like skills are elements. Rotations and routines are not elements or events. We're going over to the element, the uneven bars. What? The elements. They had a female commentator. She did know what she was talking about. She did a good job. Where the heck she was commentating from, not 100% sure.
Listen, I feel like this meet started because I didn't really hear her in the first rotation.
No, she wasn't in the first rotation.
So
she
listen,
came in the second one.
I feel like this meet started and somebody must have been listening somewhere and these guys did not know what was happening. They couldn't even say a name. And so they called this girl who was like in her dorm room miles away. Hey, throw this meet on and can you commentate from your bathroom or something? It literally sounds like she's in the bathroom with like the microphone and she's watching it on her iPhone or something like I was like, girl, we need you.
Are you next to the gentleman, but just the audio is not right for your mic, or are you? Who knows where you are?
Nope. They called in reinforcements when these guys didn't have a clue.
I was like, holy cow! Thank God, because she actually did a good commentating.
However, though, she was right next to them.
She is? Wow.
Yeah.
They had some bad audio work because you
But I feel like that's got to be AI. She was really at home in the bathroom.
Probably. They just put her in there to make it sound like it. Sydney Jellin playing for the camera, but she didn't know it. That was fun to watch. She was dancing, and the cameraman's there, but she didn't pay attention. She's just dancing. However, she did know the camera was on her when she was putting her grips on, and she didn't like that. She was like embarrassed. She's like doing like this because she sat in the corner to put her foot. And clearly that was the video that was up on the screen, up in the top thing or whatever.
Sydney Jellin.
Sydney Jellin.
Sydney Jellin. Jellin.
You could use that one.
That's really Jolene, but like Say My Name is so much better. And honestly, only Dolly Parton and Miley Cyrus can sing Jolene.
True.
That's it.
Last year was the first year that we kind of focused on or watched Utah State, I think. And I didn't notice this last year, but I did this year. The chalk tray that is a horse trough. That thing is huge. Like the entire team, maybe both teams, could be in the chalk tray at the exact same time. I mean, to perform the element of bars. You got to make sure you have your chalk. This thing is huge. Like they all could stand by that thing. A chalk trough. It was hilarious. Hilarious. Oh boy. My favorite is all of the stick talk.
Okay, listen.
Like literally.
When one of them went up, everything stuck. But my favorite was on vault when one of the Utah State girls goes and he goes, well, blah 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 blah. She sticks it in the back.
Yep.
And
see, I thought he said bag.
I swear to God, he said back.
Okay, because then in my intro I put bag because I thought he said bag. I was like, she sticks it in the bag, but stumbles out. What?
I think they were okay. So, but I think these guys were watching two different meets.
Maybe.
Because like it's like they were battling back and forth. Because like at one point it was like, oh, and she stuck it. Well, then she took a step. But wait, she stuck it. Like, it's like,
I know, like had no clue. Like he was watching one routine and commenting on another sometimes. It was like, oh my God. But
I don't even know.
But my favorite was
just like wait, go ahead. What? My
favorite was bars.
Oh.
How many different transitions can you have on bars?
I don't know,
Isn't a transition moving from one aspect to another, moving from one bar to another? How is a blind a transition? How is a Jaeger a transition? And
it's not.
And the one time he goes, and she sticks that transition and keeps it alive. What alive? It wasn't like she was fighting. I don't know what it was.
She was fighting the transition. I saw that too. I didn't hear him saying keeps it alive, but he probably did. But all I heard was she stuck the transition.
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
A little stumble, but she sticks it. She sticks it, but took a little stumble. Then she didn't stick it. Yeah. Somebody needs to get these poor men with the mustaches. A dictionary, a glossary of terms, so we know truly what stick means. Like stick, don't move. Like when you apply Gorilla Glue, doesn't move.
Correct. Anyway, crazy.
Highly entertaining for us, though.
We have talked about.
Thank you for the entertainment.
Oh, absolutely. I will watch again.
Me too.
We've talked about it already.
Maybe they're doing it on purpose.
Maybe to get us to
for more people to come back and for us to talk about them. You know,
correct.
Because Samantha,
good publicity.
Makasu. Then the guy said the one guy said Makasu correctly, and then the other said Makashu, and then at one point it was I'm sorry.
100%. But we rarely see your Chinkle full stuck. We've also mentioned that several times that we've seen several this week. Not really sure why they don't think that they stick your Chinkle fulls on a regular basis. Isabel Velter.
Have they not met Gabby Stephen?
Apparently. Isabel Velter from Utah State. I think that's how you say it, Velter. Velter. I don't know if I wrote this down correctly.
Vater?
Her name is
Isabel. I would say Vater.
From Utah State.
Vater.
Very nice Delchev Bale. Very, very nice. Sam Makasu. A big back handspring layout. It was big. Like it was nice. And a very nice switch half. She has a very good switch half on beam. Olivia Reardon from San Jose. Nice layout. And she's a fitness influencer. I can't say the word influencer. I thought that was cool. We learned that. So
okay,
is it true? She said it, so I believe it. The female commentator. Sophia Patterson, another layout. San Jose State is a must watch when it comes to balance beam. They are a must watch. They are very good on beam. Very good. Check them out. Watch them. They're good. They have a lot of good gymnastics. And finally, a shout out to Michaela Barbanente. Yes, you know and recognize that last name. Cassie Barbanente, of course, one of my athletes who went to Arizona State and then Penn State for her fifth year last year. Her sister is a softball player at Penn State. And she is a journalism major, and so she is getting some experience by commentating different sports. Gymnastics was this week's, experience. Unfortunately, she can't do it anymore this year because she has softball season beginning like in 2 weeks or whatever. But props to you. Good job for your first time trying to call. However, you kind of sometimes seem like you have never ever watched this sport. And I know that's not true because she used to be a gymnast. So I told her and her mom, I said, during the summertime, you're at home, come on into the gym. I'll help you recognize skills and I'll help you to talk through it. And then maybe if Kim's in town, she can help her out with commentating. But anyway, I can teach you I can teach you names, just in case, because Jason cannot teach you names. No, I cannot teach you
names. That's very cool, though.
great job in terms of your first thing. And it was cool to see. I got this picture from her mom, and it also had a picture of Sydney Mullen in it because it was Maryland, and thought it was cool. So I wanted to check that out. Didn't really watch much of the meet, except for I did watch Sydney's vault, and I watched a few of the beginning for Michaela. So awesome. Great to see. And I'm currently coaching one of their cousins, who is another Barbonente, and her name is Claudia. Oh. So she's a level 6. So that's cool too. So.
Awesome. So listen, I was on the gymnastics socialies, and somebody was commenting about Olivia Karras and how she was commentating. And they're like, yeah, she used to be a former U of M gymnast, and she knows gymnastics. I'm like, I commented, I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. Olivia is our commentating queen. The queen. Hail the queen. Please, please show some respect, lady on Facebook.
She's Big Ten royalty. We gotta have Olivia Karras on the broadcast. That's because Lena was like upset. I told her that it was on Fox because she's like, it should be on BTN Plus. I'm like, no, it should not. Because we would not get it on. We would not get Olivia Karras on BTN minus. It doesn't happen. Wow. So anyway, well, as we've mentioned in every podcast this year so far, we are comfortably podcasting for the 2026 season in Comfort Apparel, that is. The College Salute and the Region 5 Insider are now affiliates of Comfort. If you like to live in comfort, and I've heard that their new thing is supposed to be very comfortable, obviously comfort, but they have a new sweatshirt combination thing that it's going to be out the end of February. I'm going to have to check that one out. I saw it on their little spiel thing in the ambassador little newsletter thing. We use our code JASON272 for 15% off your purchase. Join us in comfort while you watch and listen to our show every week. That's Comfort. And one of these days I'll switch our code so Kim doesn't have to make faces with me. That literally is your code name. With me, Alina and I were like Jason272 at AOL.com. Yeah, that's my new code name.
It sounds like a screen name.
Move on to social salutes really fast. We don't have that many, but the Western Michigan dances in the locker room. Why is it always Region 5 athletes? All of them, every single one.
Because you know why it is always Region 5 athletes? Because they were trained that way.
True. This is what they do. Fun stuff.
We made that.
Hannah Milton's, and then I forget who was the other one that had that up there. It was awesome.
Brooke Gillespie. She started. But that's the best one. I want to use that one. And honestly, this is nice, Yes. I would like our SVSU flag football team to do that when they go into their brand spanking new locker room. That's gorgeous. I think that'd be so funny, but I love that one.
Yeah, no, that was fun. Kim sent me this today. I had not seen it. I am glad she did. It's not college at all, but from Big Gymnastics, they did a video of a little athlete named Little Palmer. So funny. She takes us through her day of class, and it is so funny.
It was the hysterical. Cutest thing I had ever seen. I just opened the Instagram and I was looking for something else, and that was the first thing I saw. And she's like, "Come on!" This cute little blonde girl with her little onesie leotard.
It is so good. It takes us through her class, all her gymnastics, all her little things. It is so funny. I am putting it on our Instagram story I'll put it on the Region 5 Insider one because obviously it's not a college-related thing. So I'll put it on the Insider one, but it is hilarious. It is so fun. I hope this little baby sticks with gymnastics so we can do it again when she's a level 10.
Exactly,
so we can do the thing. And we'll do it, too. And then
absolutely will.
The UCLA snowball fight at Michigan State.
UCLA, they came to snow, and so they were having a snowball fight and just enjoying the snow, and somebody was asking Jordan in an interview about seeing snow, and she's like, well, it's been a while, but she's seen snow. But she's like, I like it, but sorry, I wouldn't live here in Michigan, but I like it. I just love that they were having a snowball fight. They did look so cozy warm in their big old jackets, but bringing Southern California to
LA, or LA to East Lansing.
Yeah, Southern California.
East Lansing.
Yeah. And it's one of the coldest times. I mean, poor Oklahoma men got stuck in Detroit for 2 days.
Yep. I can't believe that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did they stay? Did they stay at Detroit
I don't know.
Metro
I don't know. I just saw it on. I just saw it on the social media. Are they still there? I don't know.
Well,
hopefully they weren't there when the guy drove his Mercedes through the door.
Well, that's good too. That's nice.
Yeah, he was angry.
Yeah, apparently. All right. So our weekly awards, we've added one this week, and I'm not sure how we're going to do with this one, but I did it only specifically for this particular person. But we might be able to deal with it. But the Showstopper Award, definitely Melissa Kutcher-Reinhardt, because that I've never seen that before. She's on a leash dragging her athletes off the beam. The Showstopper, Melissa Kutcher. I love Melissa. She cracks me up. But good people. Anyway, the Showstopper. So we'll see if we'll use this award on a regular basis or if we can come up with how to tie it in. But I just that was a showstopper. Showstopping. Best college, stick, stay, and slay. Mine is Sydney Jellin, because of her bar dismount at the meet and her stick, her stay, and she slays every time she does bars. So
I'll agree with you. I'm gonna go with Sydney Jellin.
So we're gonna be Sydney Jellin is our best college stick, stay, and slay. And then I didn't put my MVP because hopefully Kim has one, because we had the same one last week, but hopefully we have different ones this week. Maybe we don't.
You get to go first.
I get to go first. All right. Yeah. My MVP of the week is Carly Stalder. Carly Stalder had a phenomenal meet at NIU. She's had a great first couple weeks of college gymnastics, 4 weeks or whatever it is, and her 2.5 front layout is elite level. And then for me, MVP, Carly Stalder this week.
Okay, so listen, I agree. I could pick Carly Stalder also. I agree. Great one. But truly, my MVP of the weekend is Lloyd. Are you going to put his picture up? I absolutely am.
Yes, well,
the hardest working man in photo biz.
Lloyd, you have made the college salute, because you salute college and every other level of gymnastics with the great pictures that you take. We're going to salute you with the MVP of the week.
Hello, yes, he is everywhere, this man.
Yes, he is. And if you are a fan of Inside Gymnastics, any channel basically, but their Instagram for sure, and you see pictures, 99.9999 probably % of them are Lloyd's pictures.
They are. They usually, yep. When you get your email, when you get your newsletters that say, whatever, always a photo by Lloyd.
Yes. So there are a couple other photographers they use occasionally, but Lloyd pretty much is their photographer. So that's his picture. Yeah. So if you like their pictures and you see his, those are Lloyd, and he is apparently our College Salute MVP of the week for week 4 in our college.
Heck yeah, he is. He everywhere.
But
this man,
Carly Stalder for the gymnastics side, Carly Stalder 100%. She's killing it her freshman year. And
if I have to pick a gymnast, it's absolutely Carly Stalder. Yes.
Yes. So. All right, let's wrap this up. Week 4.
Help more people find our podcast by rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to the College Salute podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or alums you'd like us to have on the show, please feel free to email us at region5insider@gmail.com. Thanks to all of our subscribers. We could not do this without your support. Follow us on all of our social media accounts for the most up-to-date information on what's going on with our Region 5 alums all season long.
Thanks again for listening to our Week 4 recap. Hopefully we can stick without stumbling in Week 5. We are excited to continue to watch all our alums all season long and then give you our take on the week's action every Wednesday. Remember, let's keep growing the College Salute YouTube channel. We'll talk to you in a week for more spine-saving coverage of our Region 5 alums. And always remember to follow, like, and subscribe. Peace out, Region 5.
5, 5, 5, 5, 5.